Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the week of March 14th through the 20th, and I'm using a kit from Sadie Stickers called Luck. This kit is in gold foil, and I purchased the add-on deco sheet with this kit, and I also purchased some Shamrock $2 Tuesday sheets. I decided to just pick up a couple, mainly the tiny shamrocks and the little clusters, because this was my only St. Patrick's spread for the year, so I didn't want to purchase too many shamrock themed stickers. I feel like hearts I can incorporate more throughout the year, but shamrocks it's kind of just this week, maybe throughout March, but this was really my only spread to use those in, and I'm sure next year I could use them also. Initially, when I am putting down my date covers, I'm using the green headers with the simple line, and I forgot that I love to use those above my full boxes. For some reason, I was kind of focused on the bottom washi having that same design, so I thought it'd be nice to have it at the top. But then once I thought about it, when I came back to it to actually film this week, I realized that I like using those above my full boxes, so later I will go and change those out with the floral headers. The floral deco that I purchased with this kit is very small, and I didn't get extras. I don't really like doing that, but I knew that I just wouldn't have enough to go above the date covers with the amount of florals that came on the sheet. So I decided to use some garlands from the Pretty Pink Co. There were some bows on it, and I decided to try to cover those with shamrocks. Initially, I used all of the larger ones, and then I decided to alternate between the two bigger sizes. I just figured that would be the best option for this week since I was limited on the florals. For my washi weekend banner, I pulled in a lot of Simply Gilded washi. I also used some flags from the kit, and the weekend script is from the Glitter Mama. I did skip over the week before this, which was the 7th through the 13th. I decided to put that in my next video, which will be my catch up with me video, because there are just so many weeks to catch up on, and I decided to try to use some of my older formatted kits in those videos because it's easier for me to plan on different days when I'm using those kits, so I'm not just sticking to Monday through Sunday. I can just go wherever I want and kind of plan freely, which is nice when I'm using those kits. So far, I do have 2 spreads that I'm planning to put in that catch up with me video. I'm not sure if I'm going to add another just to kind of get through more spreads, but I don't think there's anything from the previous week that is going to make this week confusing in any way. I guess the only thing that I should say from the previous week was that PJ did get sick again during the weekend, so he was recovering. I think he was sick Saturday and then recovering Sunday, and Monday we're kind of seeing how he felt and if he wanted to go back to school. But that's about it from the previous week. I also don't really see anything that needs extra explaining from this week, so I'm probably going to speed through the intro setup and try to get into this day by day. This week I pulled in a lot of stickers from White Deer Stationery. I think that cream yellow color from those stickers matches perfectly with this kit. In my sidebar, I used a March script from the Glitter Mama. I also pulled in a square that was from Sadie Stickers, but it was a collab with Tay of Shantae Plans, and she had this beautiful like cut out square. She had, I think, squares and rectangles in that collection. I had purchased the cream color squares. The square is cut out in the middle. You can see the florals peeking out underneath. I tried to see if I can layer some of the leaves to go up and over, but just the way that the floral was shaped, it didn't really work that way, but I was just happy to see those florals underneath and added the March script on top. And then I also used some of the shamrock clusters to fill in some space on the outside. I really love how this monthly section turned out. Towards the bottom of this sidebar, I added a floral foiled half circle from Planning Like a Pro, and that is in the middle currently, but after this spread is all done and I could see how many florals I had left, I ended up moving that to the side and adding some of the florals from the kit on the other side, so it kind of goes across the whole width of that column. I will have all the stickers that I use in the spread linked down below, but if you have any questions, please leave me a comment and I'll be happy to answer. Getting into the week, on Monday, in the half box, I wrote that PJ woke up happy and ready for school. This was also the day that masks were no longer enforced at his school, which made me feel a little uneasy. I really tried to make sure that PJ understood the importance of wearing his mask, even though other kids weren't going to be wearing them. I still wanted him to wear his mask in class, and there were some days where he would forget, but for the most part, he understood the rules that my husband and I had for him in terms of his mask. Below that, I marked Coffee Monday, and I added a little shamrock cluster above that. Then I wrote that I went to get gas. Normally, my husband is always the one to get gas for me. We try to mainly get Costco gas, but we don't have one in our town. So if we go somewhere out of town, that's when he'll fill up my car. But I needed gas this day. I went to go get it, and I was a little shocked to see that it was $5.35 a gallon. I know I had been hearing about crazy gas prices, and my husband said that he's been spending a lot more on gas, but this was my first time actually experiencing how much it would be to fill up my car. Below that, I wrote that Benny wants my husband home every day. At this point, he was really over getting up early and taking PJ to school, so he just wanted my husband to be home so he wouldn't have to do that. And beforehand, where he had a hard time with me wanting him to stay home, now he was having a hard time with going with me to get PJ every single day. In the half scallop, initially I had marked Women Tell All, which is an episode of The Bachelor, which is getting down to the end of the Bachelor season. And in the previous week, I remember I wasn't able to watch The Bachelor with my sister, so we tried to catch up on this day, and I ended up switching out this script with the Fantasy Suites script because I mixed up the episode that we had watched. But the script that I use is from JK Creates Co. At the bottom of this day, I added my full box day extender, and it was really tough to choose a full box to go inside my day extender. I was changing my mind over and over. I was deciding between the full boxes with the wood grain background since there were 3 of those, and I decided to go with this one because it didn't seem to fit the rest of the full boxes as well, even though I thought it was a beautiful image. But the first thing I wrote in the day extender was that I talked to PJ about the word weirdo. My husband always calls himself a weirdo, so I had to try to explain to PJ that some of his classmates might not see weirdo as a positive word. They might feel hurt by it or think that he's saying something bad about them, even though my husband embraces that word and kind of uses it as a positive. And I know that was kind of confusing for PJ, so we kind of talked about it for a while. Below that, I marked some happy mail. The icon is from Planning Like a Pro, and the script is from Station Stickers. And the last thing I marked was family Zoom with my brother and sister. The Zoom icon is from Fox and Pip. On Tuesday, I started with my full box. Then I wrote that PJ got his second trimester report card. I believe I received it in the mail this time. Then I marked doing a KiwiCo box with Benny. I used a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. I'm pretty sure this was a farm-themed box that he did, and he made a cute little garden and some farm animal finger puppets with this box. Below that, I used a clean bathroom sticker from Paper Panda. I decided to pair that with this foiled taco sticker from the Gathered Plants collection from Panda Bird Design. Then I marked watching the Bachelor finale with my sister. I used a TV sticker from Miss and Meow and added some florals inside the TV. At the bottom of this day, I wrote that I went to bed early. Normally, I have a really hard time going to bed after the boys go to bed because I just have my free time, so that's my time to work and edit and do anything that I couldn't during the day. But I think this was around the time where I consistently started going to bed early, and that made it so much easier for me to wake up. On Wednesday, I started by marking that my husband and Benny went on a grocery run, and Benny always loves joining my husband for that. Then I wrote that I organized my foil stickers. I finally had time to figure out how I wanted to organize my foil stickers in my new Ray and Tay binders. I decided to put in one of the Ray and Tay packaging stickers in my spread because the color just matched so nicely, and I had a few of them, so I thought it would be nice to put it into the spread and kind of have a place to remember it. I thought about maybe adding an arrow or writing on the sticker, but I figured I could just leave it and add this beautiful large floral and kind of leave it on its own. Underneath the full box, I wrote that I went on my IG stories and I talked about my binders, how I decided to set them up, and just how much I was loving them. I added this divider from Sadie Stickers because I needed something to cover up the cut line on the floral. But the last thing I marked was watching the last episode of The Bachelor, which was After the Final Rose with my sister. Flipping over to Thursday, I started with my full box and I decided to add the St. Patrick's Day script to the full box. I thought about using the green half scallop, but the script didn't really fit on that half scallop, so I decided to put it on this full box. I felt like it was a perfect match. Below that, I marked some happy mail. Then I wrote that my mom came over and brought the boys some gifts and cupcakes to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I cut off the little candle from this cupcake and added a little shamrock on top of it. Then I marked brainstorming the boys' birthday party and also the trip that I am planning to take with my siblings. In the half box, I marked family Zoom with my brother and sister. I used the larger size of this sticker from Fox and Pip. Then I marked painting my nails. I knew that the space that I had left over was a bit too much for just painting my nails, so I added a little taco and some florals to decorate the bottom of the stay. On Friday, I used the same icon that I used for getting gas to mark paying Benny's hospital bill. This was our first experience with urgent care, so we had no idea how much it would be. I wouldn't say it was super surprising, but they did just give him skin glue and a bandage, so I guess when thinking of it that way, it was a little bit alarming. Below that, I marked Target pickup with Benny, and then a call with my brother. On this day, I did some more KiwiCo boxes, but this time PJ also joined us. I decided to use a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. Underneath the full box, I marked game night with a sticker from Fox and Pip. I think all of us played Go Fish this evening. Moving on to the weekend. On Saturday, I started with the full box. Then I wrote that I chose washi for 11 spreads. I was planning to film a bunch of the setups, and I think 11 spreads was probably the most that I was planning to film all at once. This spread was actually the last spread in that batch that I had filmed. It's exciting to finally be done with that batch of spreads that I set up, and now I get to plan my next batch of spreads. In the half box, I marked the 6-year anniversary sale for the Coffee Monsters Co. and I missed the bundle. I feel like I never have ninja fingers for the Coffee Monsters Co. but I don't mind waiting for the pre-order, so I always end up going that route anyway. I added another divider from Sadie Stickers, and at the bottom of this day, I marked filming setups. On this evening, I filmed 9 of the 11 setups. On Sunday, I started with a half scallop and used a filming sticker from Pumpkin Paper Co. I finished filming the last 2 setups. I thought that I was going to be able to start filming the first spread, but there were a lot of family things that we were doing throughout the day, so I really didn't have a lot of time to film. And I also wanted to know if people were still interested in seeing my New Year spread. That was the first setup that I did. So I put a poll up on Instagram and asked which spread I should start with. I think the options were New Year's, Valentine's, this St. Patrick's spread, and then a non-holiday specific spread. And most people voted for my New Year's spread, so I was a little surprised. I thought people were way over seeing New Year's spreads by that point, but it was nice to see that people were still interested. The last thing I marked this day was go fish with the boys. Benny was really excited to be able to fully understand a game that we were playing, so he wanted to play a lot of it. I ended this day with a full box. And that is all I have for this week. Here are all the stickers I have left over. I did go in and try to add some shamrocks throughout the spread after I was done. This is really my only St. Patrick's themed spread, so I wanted to use as many of those as I could. But I'm really happy with how this spread turned out. I really love this kit and knew I wanted to purchase it as soon as I saw it. I really loved the subtle St. Patrick's theme and the florals that were paired with it. I think this may be my first time ever purchasing a St. Patrick's kit that I use in my memory planner. I do remember regretting last year not purchasing a specific kit that I had seen a lot, so I think I was ready to purchase one this year, and I'm so glad that I did. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.